So let's start with a quick introduction into sports marketing and why there is a need to have a course in sports marketing. Well, the American Market Association's definition of marketing is one that I'm sure that you all know. It's the activity, set of institutions, processes for creating, communicating, delivering, and exchanging offerings that have value for customers, clients, partners, and society at large. And then, of course, the definition for sports marketing would be all the activities designed to meet the needs and wants of sports consumers through the exchange processes. So, sport is a special form of business that requires an understanding of the special features of the sports market and how those impact how to be successful in that particular industry. There are two basic phases of sports marketing. One is the marketing of sports and sports products, and then the other is marketing your products through sports. And in many cases, this is done through sponsorships. So over the course of the semester, we're going to take a look at both of these elements. An example of the second part of this is Allegiant Airlines spending the money to put their name on the brand new Las Vegas stadium. Perhaps right now they wish they had that money back. Some special characteristics of sports marketing. Sports marketing and sports products can stimulate an emotional response to consumers that you rarely find in other products, but you do find it in other products. But one of the things about marketing sports, especially things like sports teams, is that there is a emotional tie between the consumer and the team. I was watching a replay of the 7th game of the World Series when the Cubs won the World Series 3 years ago. Excuse me. And I was arguing with the umpire on TV about balls and strikes, even though I knew how the thing was going to end. That's sort of the emotion. There is this notion of on-field success versus off-field success. That is, everybody likes to bandwagon on a winner. Not as many people are interested in bandwagoning on losers. One of the great things about the Golden Knights and the introduction to Major League Hockey to Las Vegas is that they were instantly successful, which helped them solidify their fan base. Had they not been successful on the ice, they might still have done a great job of becoming part of the community and building loyal fan base. But certainly winning didn't hurt them any. And then obviously it's helped them to a great degree. There's this notion of a level playing field. In most business settings, it's desirable to have fewer competitors. In sports marketing, the argument has always been that you don't have as many competitors because there are only a certain number of baseball teams or football teams, et cetera, et cetera. But as sport has become more and more of an entertainment business, the competition for those eyes and the attention of fans has become more difficult. And we're going to talk about that in a later lecture. Next is the variability in quality. Unlike traditional goods and services, controlling the core product, such as the game itself, is difficult. Probably if you're like I am and you've been to a handful of hockey games, every once in a while the Golden Knights will play a hockey game and they'll play just horribly. They'll get behind by 3 or 4 goals. They never catch up. And the game is really not very entertaining in itself. There's nothing that the sports marketing people can do about that. Sometimes the team just doesn't play well. And as a result, you have to be able to market your way past those situations. Another aspect here is product and brand loyalty. And this is argument that in sports, fans are very loyal to both the teams, and then even for sports products, there are people who are very loyal to to the brands of sporting goods and sports products, I play a significant amount of golf, and people who are big Titleist supporters and believe in the Titleist golf balls and Titleist golf clubs, etc., they're very, very brand loyal to those brands. This is notion of sports marketing and optimism. I have a saying that I always tell everyone I consult with about selling tickets to athletic events. And of course, my quote is, before the season starts, you always sell hope. Once the season gets underway, you have to sell performance. And then another special characteristic of sports marketing is the fixed supply schedule. That is, there are a certain number of games. For instance, the NFL has changed their schedule a little bit this year, but they have 17 games. That's it. 17 chances to draw fans, 17 different games. They have a fixed number of seats in the arena. So even though there are times when they could sell many more seats, the truth is there aren't any more available. And they could make more money if they played more games, but there aren't any more games available. One of the benefits of this is that it creates a sense of scarcity, and in that case, it actually increases the perceived value of the product. Your book talks about some distinguishing characteristics of sports marketing. It talks about the affinity advantage. And of course, this is the connection of sports teams and players and brands, and all that sort of stuff that we talked about before. There is an advantage to that. The second thing that they talk about in your book is the positioning challenge. That is, all sports teams need to position themselves relative to the competition. Simply put, positioning is how consumers view your brand relative to the competition, what people think of when your brand is mentioned, and the unique selling proposition or reason to buy or become a fan. A good example of this is the difference between the Chicago White Sox and the Cubs, or the Los Angeles Angels and the Los Angeles Dodgers, or the New York Yankees and the New York Mets. While the White Sox and Cubs have virtually the same record for the last 10 years, the Cubs annually draw about 30% more fans than the Chicago White Sox. And part of that is because those two teams are positioned very differently in the Chicago market and in the national market. It's the same is true in Los Angeles, and of course the same is true in New York. By the way, all brands have to worry about positioning. The third thing that your book talks about is the experience-based relationships. That is, sports teams definitely sell experiences, and they have to build relationships based on those experiences. But in fact, this is true for many products. But they are always an important distinguishing factor. You have to think of sporting events as experiences, and you have to focus then on the time spent.